Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a stock that is setting up very clean and very perfect, and why you should keep it on your watch list for the next week. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in the comment section of this morning's video. All right. So before we get started, I'm sure a lot of you have noticed in the comment section of each and every single one of my videos that there's a lot of scammers and bots trying to scam you, right? Again, all I really want y'all to do is as soon as you see them, definitely report them. Do not engage in their scam. And also, if you see any bots that's using like my name and my profile pic trying to get something from you, again, the way to differentiate me from them is by just looking at the name. If it's highlighted in gray, then it's from me. If it's not highlighted in gray, then it's a scammer, and you should definitely click on that report button. All right. Now let's get started. Let me change the scene really quick. Okay. So right off the bat, all right. The SPY today was a very zigzaggy day. There was money to be made to the long side, to the downside. It formed a double bottom though, which I really liked. Buyers are not letting the market tank, which is great, which is also another good sign for next week. Okay. So now let's talk about the stock that you are looking at on the thumbnail. Let's look at that one. And that stock that is looking so good for next week is Sony. All right. And Sony, the pattern that I see on Sony is on the 1 hour time frame, and the pattern is right over here. Sony is not really known for that much volume. That's why you see these bars are not the cleanest bars, but it does move a lot, and the contracts on Sony are pretty good. And when it moves, it's very lucrative. Okay, but the pattern that you see here is the ascending triangle, and it's literally on the verge of breaking out. So if you got Sony today, this one is definitely a hold for me. Sony is not a trashy company. All right, we all know Sony. A lot of us love Sony, right? We like their PS5 that just came out, even though a lot of you don't have one, right? But again, this one is it's a good company, and it's forming a very bullish pattern. We've traded this before on the way up. Very nice opportunity over here, and now it's forming something good. And personally, where I see this going, if the market is setting up as good as it looks, like that double bottom that I just showed you guys, right? If that leads to more money flooding into the market and it can push Sony up, we can easily see Sony move all the way in between $100 and $105 within the next few days. Okay, this one is a very clean pattern, just like the one that we have seen on AMD. For those of you who've been subscribing to the channel, AMD is right here. Again, this is what we are looking for. This massive spike right there. This is what we are looking for in Sony. And it's almost there. So definitely keep that one on your watch list for Monday. Okay, we may see some good news happening on Sunday. Who knows? I mean, Christmas is right around the corner, and Sony may have a surprise for its customers. So definitely keep that one on your watch list for sure. Now let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest for those of you who dropped them in the comment section of this morning's video. The very first one that we're going to be looking at is DG. And DG, very expensive stock. Contracts are decent. Yep, I like the contracts on here. Very nice. Let's look at it on the weekly. This looks like a growth stock. Again, investors love this thing, especially like you long-term investors. Every time it drops, they just keep buying that thing up. Honestly, I'm not too bearish on it because it has a history of rebounding massively. If you look at it on the daily time frame, right? And honestly, the way I look at it, I see a triple top right off the bat. And another thing that I see on here is a bullish harami on the side. This might be a good sign of a reversal. Watch this thing for a potential like turnaround here to like above 208 and then above 209. We can see this one going right back up to where it was going out here. Just continuing that trend. I'm not bearish on this one yet. And also look at this thing. It's It's right at support. All right, it's right at support. Usually, that's where at support is usually where people buy. People don't sell over here at support; they buy at support. And then if it dips a little bit low and shows weakness, then you get rid of it, right? But the support is usually where you want to put yourself at. Buying dips is what you want to do, especially for the beginners out there who are new to the market. Again, this is like the best place where you can put yourself to minimize your risk. Because if it goes lower, then you just take a tiny loss, right? If you don't like it, you just take a very small loss. But if you're right, then you're in a good position and you can just watch the stock rise and rise. All right. So I don't have any issues with this at all. Definitely keep Dollar General on your watch list for sure for a potential turnaround, especially after that bullish harami on the chart. Now, the next one that we're going to be talking about is AMD. Yeah, it's AMD. Somebody asked about AMD. What is going on with AMD? Are we bullish or are we bearish? Is it still going to $100? What is going on? Personally, I think we're still going to $100. I don't have an issue with AMD. I really don't. I don't. I don't. I'm not shorting this. I wouldn't short this thing. Buyer stepped in today. I'm not bearish on the market at all. And let's look at this thing on a 5. Yeah, I'm definitely not bearish on it. Lots of buyers stepping in right here, holding it, holding the stock up. They're buying this thing up. They're not letting it tank. I would not be surprised to see it open up at $93 on Monday and then running straight up and go into the target at around like $100, maybe $102, somewhere around in here. I would not be surprised to see that happening next week. So definitely keep your eyes on the price, okay? And plus, if you look at it here, right, just like I showed you on Dollar General, on DG, no, that's DQ, DG. Just like I showed y'all here, right, as support. If you look at AMD, it's right there again. It's right there. Right here. Right there. I'm not bearish. No, I think we're going to keep going up. So definitely keep your eyes on AMD for next week for sure, okay? That's my very honest opinion of it. Now, the next one that we're going to be looking at, a lot of you have been asking me to do an update on this one. I made a video about it, and I think it's still looking pretty great. And that stock is OTRK. And OTRK on the daily looks fine to me. I looked at this, I think 2 days ago. It was right out here. It gapped up after I made the video. And it never got back in here again. It just stayed out here. So watch this thing for just potential turnaround. And plus, I told you all that option number 1, again, same option. It can go straight up or it can go sideways and then curl up to the target. All right. Unless it misbehaves and drops, I don't have a problem with it. Okay. Unless it misbehaves and drop, I do not have any issues at all. So ORTK is a hold for me. The setup is still there. It looks good, and I have 0 issues with that. The next one that we're going to be looking at is GLSI. And GLSI, I told all of you not to touch this trashy company, right? Not this trashy stock. I don't know about the company, but I know that this stock is just not, it's not something we trade here. I told y'all that this one would drop all the way down to $20 when it was at 64 pre-market this morning. It went all the way down to 44. And honestly, I would not be surprised to see the stock drop even further all the way down to $20 where it belongs. Next week, probably Monday or probably Tuesday, okay? Again, my thoughts on this stock is still the same. It's not changing. I don't see any high hopes for this stock at all. The next one we're going to look at is VRM, Room. And this stock right here, I hope a lot of you did not sell in here or didn't sell at the bottom. That would be tragic. I made the video about it after the bullish engulfing candle. And I told y'all that this one is a good for a long, all right? And honestly, my thoughts and opinions are still the same on the stock. And I also told y'all that unless it goes below $32, it's still good for a long, okay? So yeah, I'm still long bias on Room. My thoughts did not change at all. This is like a second chance for short sellers to get out. The short sellers who got in from here, these levels, right? The stock didn't tank more like they actually want, They want the stock to tank all the way back down, all the way down to $20 even. The lower the better, right? The lower the more money short sellers make. That's what they want. But right now, it's not tanking. It's really not tanking. And plus, there's a piercing candle on the chart right over here, followed by a green. It's gonna run. I would not be surprised to see this thing running up towards $37 next week and even $38. So this one again, keep that one on your watch list as well. Zero issues at all since I've mentioned it. Now the next one that we're going to be looking at is Nettie again. And for those of you, who have been holding Nettie, that one is almost right at the target. It's almost there. Okay, and I would not be surprised to see it get there on Monday. Okay, so this one is still a hold for me. I wouldn't go short, especially after what happened today. So many buyers just buying these dips. Not as a short seller, it's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. So watch this thing for a potential move up here. If you're already holding this, when we get in here, just remember, don't get too greedy. Don't get. We've been covering the stock for like 2 weeks now. But 2 weeks since here. The first time I made a video about the stock, we were here. Okay, so don't get too greedy. It's okay. Take your money off the table. This was a nice win, and again, congrats to anybody who made money on this one. All right. That is the end of the video. If you got value from the video, definitely destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you get notified whenever I release these post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day from Monday through Sunday in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday to Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul and Guma and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, if you are a beginner looking to get started in the stock market, looking to make some money with us, looking to follow along these moves, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below, step 1 through step 4. It only takes about 15 minutes or less to sign up with everything you need to get started trading with us right away. Okay. You can also get 3 free stocks after using my very first link in the description below with Webull, and 1 free stock from Robinhood after using the second link in the description below as well. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video. All right. Have a great weekend.